How many of you know what abortion is? Do you know the effects of abortion? Like many people, we don't fully understand what abortion is. When it was first legal in 1973, it was because of the Roe v. Wade case that it became known. Abortion is a very broad subject, but maintains several points of views. Abortion is the deliberate termination of a human pregnancy, which is mostly performed during the first 28 weeks of pregnancy. Abortion has always been an issue to me, and I'd like to inform other people about its effects and maybe prevent it from being used. I'm strictly against it, and you may not agree with me, but I've always despised it in which people could actually see that it's murdering a baby. I would like to take the time to explain the process of abortion along with the consequences. The first step is to see how many weeks the woman has been pregnant. The second step is to choose a method and explain each procedure. The last step is to list the consequences of an abortion. The first step to abortion is going to the doctor to see how far along the woman is. Each procedure is due to how many weeks she is pregnant. This is usually calculated by counting the number of weeks from the first day of the woman's last period. During the first doctor appointment, the woman may get an ultrasound scan, a vaginal examination, or a cervical screening test due to uncertainties or infections that may appear. Not only is abortion a process through procedures, it is also an emotional process as well. Researchers report only one positive emotion women feel, and that is relief. This emotion is understandable, especially in light of the fact that the majority of aborting women report feeling under intense pressure to get it over with. There are also negative reactions as well. It all depends on the situation. The second step is to choose the right method and procedure. There are two types of methods that can be used, medical or surgical abortion. A medical abortion is carried out using medication, while surgical abortion involves a minor operation. These choices are very precise, and depending on how far along the woman is in her pregnancy, the right choice could also be the wrong one. There are 5 procedures that involve abortion, but I am only going to talk about 2 of them. Vacuum aspiration, or suction termination, is available 7 to 15 weeks. This procedure uses gentle suction to remove the fetus from the womb. The woman's cervix, which is the womb's entrance, will be dilated to make accessing her womb easier. A small plastic suction tube connected to a pump will then be inserted into the woman's womb and used to remove the fetus and surrounding tissue. Surgical dilation and evacuation is available until 15 weeks of pregnancy, even though this visual aid shows 23 weeks. This is carried out under general anesthetic. The woman's cervix will be gently stretched and dilated, and a suction tube will be used to remove the fetus and tissue within the womb. Finally, the consequences of abortion are limitless. There is always something that could go wrong. Unfortunately, the explicit intent of abortion is to harm the embryo or fetus to death. That's a huge consequence women seem to miss when making their decision. No matter how much relief abortion provides for the mother who doesn't want a baby, it is a procedure that violates the most basic medical ethic, which is to do no harm. There are psychological consequences as well. Within 8 weeks after a woman's abortion, 55% expressed guilt, 44% complained of nervous disorders, 36% had experienced sleep disturbances, and 31% had regrets about their decision. Physical consequences could happen also. This includes minor infections, bleeding, fevers, vomiting, convulsions, cervical injury, and endotoxin shock. Now that I've explained the process of abortion, I hope you can take this information and make it useful for you and your family. Even the consequences of abortion are complex and need to be analyzed carefully when considering an abortion. The process of abortion is a very broad process. The first step is to figure out how far along the woman is. The second step is to choose a method and explain each procedure. The last step is to go over the consequences. This journey of abortion a mother could endure is heartbreaking, and I hope that one day no mother would have to decide whether or not to keep a precious baby. Ever since the Roe v. Wade case in 1973, abortion has kept growing and mothers all around the world are choosing abortion over a life. There is always another option when it comes to decisions like these. No matter what happens, I hope all of you out there truly dig deep and realize what abortion actually is. Thank you for listening.